Welcome to Into the Multiverse, a DC Comics podcast. I'm your host, TeladiaPlays, and welcome, obviously, the Geek of Shiv as my co-host. And this week we have a guest, Luke Bug, the Geek of Steel. Welcome to the podcast.
That's me. Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to hopefully talk a fair bit about Superman today.
Oh yes, we're going to be talking a lot about Superman. But first, we like to do introductions and let my audience know about a bit about you, what you do in terms of content-wise, and where what got you into doing content creation and stuff like
Of
that.
course.
So,
Well, many years ago, even though I do look really young and so sprightly, um, I woke up one morning to Smallville being on TV. This was way before I was a Superman fan, blogger, or anything. And like we all know what Superman is and who Superman is. His logo is as recognizable as McDonald's or Coca-Cola. But I wasn't a huge fan back then. But I watched this TV show. It was the pilot, and I was like, "Oh, I recognize these names and these characters. Let's see where this goes." And loved it. Fell in love with the show. Fell in love with that whole first season. But back then, back in the UK, this was before the internet was anything like it is now. We weren't guaranteed second seasons or third seasons. So when I was waiting for season 2 and season 3 to come out over here in the UK, I wanted to learn more about these characters. So I started reading more Superman comics. I reached out to friends around the world. I was like, look, I want to get into this character. Where do I begin? And over the years, my collection grew. My love for Superman did as well. And one fateful day, many a moon ago, I got an iPhone, a very old iPhone. And I downloaded Instagram. And I thought this would be a good app for me to document my collection so I don't buy the same thing twice. Guess what? I'm still buying the same thing twice, but that's neither here nor there. I was using Instagram as a way to document my collection. And then I found out I could see other people's collections and other people's could see mine, and started interacting with more like-minded Superman fans around the world. And eventually, almost Frankenstein's monster took over, and I turned into the Geek of Steel. I left comfort zones. I started creating articles and videos and reviews and podcasts. And eventually, some crazy way along that road, I started working with DC Comics and Warner Brothers, helping them promote movies and comics. And here I am now.
Sorry, what was the process of working with how did you with Waterbrothers? How did you get to Waterbrothers? Like, how did they recognize you?
Although I've always been doing what I still do now, which is review things that are in my collection and advising people what to read and what things are cool and what's coming out next. And there was one year where I really wanted to go at it and do as much work as I possibly could. So I reached out to press departments, so the email departments on the Warner Brothers website and the DC website. And it's a lot of emails. You're going to get a lot of people saying, no, not right now. You're not quite what we're looking for. So you have to, in a way, sell your advice to people. You have to become a product. I've never really appreciated the term of influencer.
Yeah, I was just about to say that you're an influencer. Yeah.
But I mean, it comes with the territory. I understand that there are eyes on my page and that people want to use that as an advertising tool. I've always agreed and thought, though, that I would never promote a product that I'm not going to be happy to buy or have a friend buy. I've had companies reach out and say, look, could you advertise this mobile phone game, or could you advertise this app for Bitcoin? Things like that I would just, it's not my passion. I'm not going to become just that sort of billboard. But I wanted to obviously get a closer connection with Superman and Warner Brothers and DC Comics.
I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do stuff like that.
And it's difficult, but if you've got the passion there for it and you've got the determination, be consistent with your posts, be joyful with the work that you do, but also you don't want to change how you represent yourself online, but you
Yeah.
also need to know that companies are going to want to work with you. So I don't think I've ever sworn on Instagram, because that's just something that I wouldn't do, because
Right.
Superman wouldn't do. So
Yeah.
it's things like that, and it's the honesty and the integrity that I've learned through reading Superman comics and watching Superman films, is that I'm not going to want to do something that is going to upset somebody or hurt somebody's feelings or damage somebody else's brand, as it were. So if you are wanting to get into that world of working closer with these companies that create this entertainment that we all love, get those emails sent out, but not just, hi, I'm so and so, get me on your press list, I want to go to this premiere, I want to do this, this and that.
I would more or less want to do the interviews with the Superman cast. I mean, I'm dying to get in the interviews with the DC ladies, because I believe their characters in this world is very unknown, like with Engineer as well. She's a brand new, I know she's been in I think she's been in like 2 or 3 comics, but she's a brand new character. I know Lois Lane has been portrayed by Amy Adams and etc. etc. I know Sarah, who I think she's a new character as well. There's obviously Kat as well.
Yeah.
So I really want to interview them. I'm trying to manifest it, but I'm trying to reach out to James and just say, hey, I want to do.
But that's the thing. A lot of these people, I mean, James Gunn, I think he likes to spend a fair amount of time online, debunking rumors and fake news, which is great. I love it when he does that.
Yeah, so great.
But it's the fact that it's going through the right channels and building a brand up. It's happened a few times when I've seen that James Gunn's liked some of my posts that have gone like very viral, and that's like, for me, that's very exciting, because anytime I get the opportunity to work with DC Comics or Warner Brothers, to me that's a big deal, because to me that's Superman's boss in a way. I need to honor Superman's boss. And goodness me, the amount of times where I've been accused of being a paid shill, which is a term that I disgust. I mean, don't get me wrong, the absolute dream for me is to quit the day job and to get an income of being the Geek of Steel. Don't get me wrong, there are some fantastic perks, and I have some fantastic moments in my life that are pinch me moments. But you will find this with what you're doing with your podcast and the work that you're putting in. The harder you work, the luckier you will get.
Yeah.
That's my advice to anybody that wants to try something new and embrace their passions and enjoy their hobby on a bit more of a, I would say, an intense scale. Years ago, I was happy enough just posting pictures of my collections and my stories and the books that I'm reading. But now I enjoy learning new things, such as creating podcasts and videos and learning new tips and tricks when it comes to creating content for whatever social media website I'm on. It's a hobby, but for me, it's a creative outlet. I want people to enjoy what I'm doing, but if I'm not enjoying what I'm creating, I don't see the point in doing it. So as long as you're having fun with what you're doing, keep at it. That's the main thing.
Yeah, thank you for the advice.
That you hit it right on the nail. Like as long as you love what you're doing, just keep up like the positivity. You send the positive message. That's the main key focal point. And I gotta ask you, you've got a lot of Superman stuff behind you right now, right? I see that
little bit. There's a little bit there
hanging about. Though, isn't it? It's like but when you walk into your room, it's like a museum.
It's a mess. It's a mess. Everything behind the camera is absolute chaos. Here, it's relatively dust-free and tidy. Behind it, it's like an Indiana Jones museum situation. There are boxes and things that I've still yet to take out of their packaging. I've been collecting now for, goodness me, over 2 decades. So not everything is on display. Some things have to go into a rotation to make sure that I appreciate them. And the things that have come to their end of their collection, I would perhaps trade with other collectors around the world or give out for giveaways. I'm a great believer in that. You know, that sort of, if it doesn't bring you joy, then don't have it on display. The sad thing is, most Superman merchandise brings me joy, so it's always out on display. I am often running out of space.
Well, make room for the new space because July is on its way.
Don't. I'm already having probably a few meetings with bank managers to explain. Look, don't. This isn't a suspicious transaction. I really am buying all this stuff from around the world because
it's an investment.
It is. Well done. That is perfect way of putting it. You should have a chat with my girlfriend. Woo! But that's the thing. It is an investment for me because I'm going to be. Don't get me wrong. I'm never going to sell it. And if decades down the line, my family, when I pass away, many years from now, if they sell any of my collection, I am going to haunt the bejesus out of them.
I would have hoped so.
It's just so outrageously rude to even think about that. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of merchandise coming out from all different areas of the world. Other different countries have different licenses, so there's going to be things that we can't easily get over here. But I'm excited. We've seen a few things get leaked online already. I'm excited for the official releases, and I'm so hoping
can I
McDonald's.
Ask,
yes.
What did you think of the trailer? What did you think of Superman's trailer? The first one?
The first one. It took me a few days to get over it. That again is one of those pinch me moments. Before that was released, I think it was released on a Thursday or a Friday.
There was a 3-day thing with them because like they released something and then it was a clip.
There was a clip recently with a 5-minute clip, and then when they released that first trailer just around Christmas time.
There was the 3-day thing with them. I'm trying to get the other one, but I think it was an image.
There was a moving poster which built a lot of hype.
And then there was a clip, and then there was a trailer.
And there was a trailer that was
what did you
playing.
Think the whole.
I love that the build up to it. Anytime there is new Superman excitement, I'm happy. Superman is my sports team. He's my home team. I'm always going to support him. Not the person playing the role or creating the role. It's the character. That's my team. So there was a lot of buzz and everybody was talking about it. And people, I mean, some people thought that I was in LA for the premiere at the Warner Brothers studio. I wasn't. I wish I was. I knew some people who were there. I was there like 6 months before for San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
In the exact same spot.
With Paul, didn't you? You went away with Paul, didn't you? Paul,
and that was an amazing experience.
I saw that online. I was just like, you guys are so lucky to get to go to San Diego. And I'm pretty sure it was a wild ride.
It was. We didn't sleep for a week. We could
talk about that. Sleep for a week either.
It was so good. But a few days before that trailer was released, myself and a few of the DC family from the UK, we all got the same email and the same contract where we said, look, a trailer's being released. We are going to let you watch it before it goes live. But
only once though on it.
Only once, which was the absolute killer. So we had to sign all these releases, and we couldn't even mention to each other that we're about to see it.
Imagine just like getting giddy and go.
That's the thing, in it, because you are so excited, but you can't talk about it with your friends and these colleagues that you've worked with over the years. So I sat down, I got the link, I was unbelievably excited and nervous. And you're quite right. They said you can watch it, but can only watch it once. So my reaction video that did quite well on YouTube. Yeah, it's up there. That was my very first reaction. So that was me watching it for the first time. And I think even in the video, I was like, I'm going to try and see if I can watch it twice. You can't blame me for trying. And then a few days after that, we were allowed to announce to the world that we had seen it, and that we couldn't share any thoughts or anything, but just announce that we had seen it. And even that gave me sort of jitters and excitement. And then, yes, the people that had seen it, we could talk with each other once that NDA had finished. And then we were able to sit back and watch the rest of the world watch this trailer and
Yeah,
feel the
Yeah.
same things
great.
that we felt. This excitement for crypto, this excitement for that amazing soundtrack, the visuals. I mean, we didn't get much plot out of the trailer or much dialogue, but still the world was in an absolute buzz for this trailer and this film, and the world was talking about Superman, and that just made me so very, very happy.
I mean, I love Superman like dear to me because he inspires everyone and he sets an example for the people. And I feel that I want to do the same thing, and I want to set and people set other people an example. You can make something from nothing, and whether you've got a disability or not, you can still do something, and you can you know put a smile to somebody's face on an example, and you've done it. You've achieved that goal. As long as you've done that, then that's the main focal point. That's why I look at Superman. I kind of resemble to him because of how he inspires people. So
And that's it. That's the perfect way to look at any superhero. Anybody that has got powers greater than our own can do things that we could never even dream of doing. I can't fly, I can't lift up a car, but I can give up my seat on the bus for a little old lady. I could do the right thing. I could give advice, or I could give help to somebody that needs a chat. That's what Superman does. It's the choices that he makes. He's not from this world. He's an alien. He is, extremely powerful. He could take over this planet in an instant and make us all his minions. But what does he do? He decides to help people. He chooses to help people, to do the right thing, to work for a newspaper so that he is, offering truth to the world, but also being Superman at the same time. We can all make choices like Superman. We just can't all, save every single cat from a tree like he can.
and I feel that that's a very good answer to what you said. It's like straight up, that's what I believe in as well. And I really think that people understand who Superman is as a character. Like, there's so many different interpretations of Superman, right?
So many.
There's so many different from the 1940s, 30s, all the way up to now. And I think that from then till now, everything, even though he's evolving over time, but universally he still get loved as a character, like from the comics to animation to video games, you name it, he gets loved across the board.
And that's it. I mean, we've got the Superman Day coming up on the 18th. So that is,
Yes.
that is celebrating the release of Action Comics way back when in 1938. Now, this is one of my favorite props. This isn't an original, funnily enough, just hanging about in the board. This comic came out in a collector's box a few years ago, and it was just hanging around, again, like most of my comics, bagged and boarded. But I decided to take it with me to Comic-Cons and get people that have written for Superman or created artwork or made Superman stories to sign it.
That's
First of
amazing.
all, it's a fantastic icebreaker. But it's to say, look, you are working for comics. It's a fantastic career. It's a difficult career. But without this particular comic, we would not have the stories that we have today. We would not have TV shows or movies or pop culture. I mean, I'm on this little soapbox here, but Action Comics is such an important piece of literature and artwork and mythology for what it has brought the world. And it's why I'm always thankful for Superman and thankful for the legends that are Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, because
Yeah,
without
that's
them,
yeah.
it's
Sorry.
the happiness that they've created that is still being honored today.
Yeah, that's what I love about James, that he's going to be bringing, like a different, like Superman's already existed, so we don't get that backstory. Like, I love the fact that he's already in this world and his powers is established now, and there's other characters that are interacting with him. That's what I want to see. I want to see, like,
Yeah.
even Henry Cavill said, like, I want to see different versions of Superman, and obviously we're going to get that opportunity
We
to
are.
see different Supermans and different characters with James, and obviously, I just can't wait to see the whole universe unravel.
It's a very exciting time. I mean, James Gunn, it's proven that he's a great storyteller. He knows how to create a franchise. He knows how to capture the attention of different types of audience, whether that be with aliens, exciting graphics, or cute talking animals. His introduction with Crypto in this film and using that iconic character, to me, that's amazing. I love Crypto. He's there in a frame behind me, for goodness sakes. The fact that he's using that element and the wisdom that he's gained over the years from making films, I'm very excited, because even though we do see quite a lot leaked online, sadly, we've not seen much official storyline from this film. We've not seen too much from the trailers. So I'm excited to be surprised more when more marketing comes out that I'm trying to ignore. I won't. I can't. But when the film comes out, it's going to be very exciting. Yeah, I've tried in the past avoiding trailers and avoiding TV spots. I mentioned this recently online, how on my pages, you can, on your page or whatever social media page you run, you can post what you like within limits, obviously. I would never post any leaked footage or unofficial image or fake news, because I don't want to upset people.
There's just too much of it. There's just because it's too much, because you don't want it to be ruined. You want to enjoy it in the moment.
Exactly.
Like, I want to see, we've seen potential Supergirl. Not going to talk too much about that, but
yeah, that's the thing. It's out there, and that's what I had to mention a few days back. Is the fact, because I was being tagged in posts and I was getting images sent to me saying, "Look, I've got this footage. Do you want to share it?"
I remember you saying that you're not going to leak it, or you're not going to
I'm not going to do that, because first of all, I find it disrespectful to the whole cast and crew that are working on these films, that are creating these stories and trying to keep it secret from the public isn't always easy. We saw that with all the set leaks from Superman in Ohio. And I love the fact that it was set in Cleveland, Ohio, because that's where Jerry and Joe came from. And I had people there that were working in that gorgeous strip where everything was changed into Metropolis, and I was getting some exciting photographs. I was saying, I'm not going to share them, but thanks for sending me stuff. I'll send you some stickers through the post, don't worry. But it's impossible for me not to find out about this film, and I'll take that. As I put across, I'm a Superman ambassador first and a Superman blogger second, so I'm excited that when people see anything Superman related and they message me or think of me, that's like, oh, that gives me the tingles, because people are thinking about Superman, but in unison thinking of me at the same time. And I'm like, that's it. I've made it. I am Jimmy Olsen in that moment. They're thinking of me as Superman's
I want to
pal.
see more of him as well in the marketing as well. I want to see
we saw a little bit today. So James Gunn is today is the 15th of April, and it is Jimmy Olsen's anniversary today. So yeah, he shared an image. Now, I will be upset if we don't see a bow tie on Jimmy, I must say, or a special little watch that you can contact Superman with. But what I've seen so far, the whole cast looks fantastic. So I can't.
I gotta ask you, right? This is about comic. Have you read All Star Superman?
Yes, sir. I have. It's behind me. I've got one copy there. I've got 2 of the issues in my box under the bed. I've got a couple of signed copies. It means a lot to me. It's a beautiful story.
Yeah, I picked up All Star Superman. I've got Kingdom Come as well. I've got Earth One. I picked up some of the books that James Gunn pointed out, and luckily enough, I was able to pick them up at a good price.
Well done.
Because I know they sell out like hotcakes because of James Gunn putting that out there.
That is just a beautiful thing in itself. I've always believed that when a superhero film comes out, whether it be DC or Marvel, in that lobby around the world, when people come out of the cinema, there should be books and comics for people to buy, so they can find out more about the characters that were in that film. And James Gunn's love for these stories, and the fact that he's promoting them so much that they are going out of print and having to go in for second and third printings, is a beautiful thing. And yeah, when he shared that little Superman office with all the Superman artwork on the walls, I was like, that's a good story. That's a good story. That would make a great film. He would make a great cameo. This is making me very, very excited. I was getting the red string and I was just putting all these things together thinking, yes, James Gunn is making something very special.
Can I ask about Christopher Reeve's document? What did you think of that? And I know you met all 3 of his kids.
Yeah.
What was the experience like with meeting them and seeing that film for the first time?
For me, I mean, like, for when you get these pinch me moments, that is one of them.
Yes.
So I was following that documentary from the moment that I heard about it, before it was funded, before it was given the green light, and I wanted to make sure that film got as much promotion from me as possible.
Yeah.
I wanted the world to know about this story. We all know about Christopher's dreadful accident, but we don't know too much about what happened afterwards. There have been a few autobiographies and a few memoirs that share that story, but this wonderful and powerful film showed that in a new light. And we got to go with the DC family to London to see that film very early on a Sunday morning, and we had to come out instantly after and speak into camera and review the film, and we were all just crying our eyes out. We couldn't do it. We were all red-faced.
I was the same when I saw it. I was literally bawling. I saw him in the Flash as well. When I saw the cameo in the Flash, I was like, "Oh, I'm not ready for this. I'm crying already."
It was powerful. And then from that screening, we went and had a round table with the directors, so we got to learn more about the film and how they made it. And then, at the end, we got a surprise visit where all 3 of Christopher's children came out and said hello, and we all got to sort of say thank you.
I would have
first of all,
cried. I would have cried.
there were lots of tears for like 48 hours. I recorded. I came back and I needed to speak about this film and this experience of meeting Christopher's children and meeting the directors and the producers. And I thought, I'm going to sit down in front of the camera, much like I'm doing now, and just talk and get these feelings out of me. And it turned into quite an emotional podcast. There was lots of tears. There was it brought a lot home to me. But that film I've seen countless times now, and I've listened to that soundtrack by 𝐂𝐓 so many times as well.
I still watch it on Now TV. I still go through it, and it's like
it's powerful, and it's still being recommended for awards. Just today, it got nominated for another documentary award, and it's such a powerful piece. Not just as a Superman fan, but as a documentary about how that accident had an impact on the world and his family, but how it didn't stop him from wanting to be the best dad or the best spouse or the best ambassador for the world.
He's a true Superman in my eyes. He's like the ultimate true Superman. He's
raised so much money and awareness for the world. And I mean, as it is close to me right now, it's never too far away. I've got one of the Go Forward Christopher Reeve dog tags.
Oh,
this was sent by a good friend recently, and it went on straight away. I'm hopefully going to be doing some more charity work for the Christopher Reeve Foundation pretty soon, so I will let you guys know all about that when I know more as well. But
let us know. You can come jump back on here and we can talk about it.
We certainly can, because again, Superman, I'm always team Superman, but I'm grateful and thankful for each and every person that puts on the cape and does their part for the legacy of Superman. But I think there's something so magical about what Christopher Reeve brought to that role, that it's what they class to as the go-to Superman movie. When people are creating a superhero film, they're told to go and watch that Superman 78 film and just get an idea.
The thing that he inspired me is to, like, because I had my thyroid glands removed many years ago, about 13 years ago, and it taught me not to give up on things. Like, he just kept pushing, kept thriving, he just kept pushing, and that's the feeling, because he had an accident and I had like an illness, like obviously I had to remove, and he it's like he was so inspiring, because I had them removed and he just kept going, and obviously it's inspiring for me to keep going and doing what I need to do in life, and he just kept going and going till I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry. I mean, as influential figures go, you can't get as powerful as Christopher Reeve or his
No,
story.
yeah.
And if you haven't read any of his autobiographies or memoirs, I can't
Yeah,
recommend
I
them
need to,
enough.
yeah.
And if not, just go and watch Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, just to
I'm
get
crying again.
to get an inkling of what that film means to his family.
It means a lot to me because it feels the downfalls that I have with my illness as well, and he did as well. Like it just taught me just to keep going and pushing and thrive. And there's many people out there that are in my situation, and it's just inspiring. Like knowing that he is a great Superman. I can't say anything. I'm just gonna cry. I'm just gonna
don't.
cry so
Well, that's
much.
the thing, and that's how
I mean,
you can inspire.
trust me,
So he's literally breaking up.
Yeah.
Keep your tissues close by.
Yes.
We'll all cry together.
Yeah, we can all cry, just not on here.
It's therapy. It's therapeutic. It's fine. We're in this is a safe space.
It's that, yeah. I mean, for me, the Christopher Reeve film, what he did for a lot of things, because even though I have a disability, I push myself every day because obviously watching the documentaries, seeing how he pushed himself to do things. So that's something I've learned from Christopher Reeves.
I've learned a lot
quite a
from
big
watching
deal.
his documentary. Just keep going and
keep going.
Keep going. So you can do is keep going.
Go forward. That's it. Keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
That's what I've said. Anything Superman related really helped me throughout my life. So I'm grateful for that.
So am I, and that's the thing. That's what I'm always proud to be a Superman fan when that happens. That's great.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more Wonder Woman than Superman because like I'm so busy. I have a kid, I have work, I have looking after my mom and doing this as well. I feel like I'm more Wonder Woman than Superman. It's like my daughter says that as well. Like I'm more Wonder Woman.
Well, that's it, and that's the thing. You can be a Wonder Woman or a Superman or a Batman to anybody. You can be anybody's hero or source of inspiration.
You should be the next Batman. I'm counting for you to be the next Batman.
Oh, watch out! Not for Batman. Goodness me, no.
For James Gunn Batman, we need to see you as the Batman.
Listen, no, I'd rather be Jimmy Olsen, if anything.
Yes.
Or there's a character from the world of Superman called Bibbo Babowski that runs a bar down by the docks, and he's a Superman fan. He's a bit heftier.
Oh, okay.
And he's a wonderful character, but he's a big Superman fan at the same time. And I even put that out there. I tried to manifest that. I was like, James, if you need a Bibbo Babowski cameo, I'll do that for you. I can't.
CV and get your CV out.
That's it. Get out there, James. That's it. I don't just pay me in comics. That's it. Pay me in comics and coffee. It'll be a tax write-off. We'll be fine, James. I'll save you some money. Let's do it.
Comics and coffee.
Yeah.
So, as wrapping up slowly now, we want to hear.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, is it all right?
Yeah, it's just his connection's a bit thingy. We'll get there, don't worry. But yeah, so what is it? Are you
It's RG.
No.
You back in? You there?
No. I'm okay to go.
Yeah, go. Quick before it starts off again.
David Cornsweat's going to be an absolute fantastic Superman. We all know he's going to be a fantastic. So oh my God, I've got the question there, but I don't know how to say it. But what are you hoping to take away from David Cornsweat's Superman?
I mean,
do you not do that, or do you just see how it is? Or...
I like everybody's interpretation to see how they can take on this role that again has been around since 1938. We've seen this character in the comics, on the radio shows, on cartoons and television and films. Each person has their own way to represent this hero. So I'm always excited and intrigued to see what somebody else can bring to it. Now, I've seen David's work in the past. He's a charming figure. He's a fantastic actor, and he's put the work in because he's got the guns that seem to have come out of absolutely nowhere. So I'm yes, don't get me wrong, I'm very excited to see what he can do as Superman.
Yeah.
But equally, I'm wanting to know what he can do as Clark Kent. There's a
Yes.
very fine line between those two characters, and they're two characters that I equally adore. There's always a Clark close by to me as well.
Yeah.
One, mainly because he wears glasses, but I love Clark Kent and I love Superman. I want to see two very different actors playing these roles. And I think with David Corenswet's acting abilities, we're going to get that.
Yeah.
We've seen a little bit, we've seen a minute bit of him as Clark, but what I really want and what I need soon, Mr. Gunn, if you are listening, I hope you are, is more Lois Lane. Not necessarily Lex Luthor. I want more Lois Lane.
Yes.
We've not heard her yet. We've seen Lois in the Daily Planet. We've seen a bit of Lois on a rooftop and flying, which I love. But Lois Lane is as important as Superman. She was in the first issue of Action Comics. She is a huge part of Superman's life. And I really, really hope that they do use more Lois Lane in the marketing soon.
I think,
not
well, I'm hoping they do. That's why I was hoping to get, and hopefully, obviously I need to work at it, but hopefully get an interview with all of the women of DC.
Oh yeah, go for it. That'd be fantastic.
Oh my God, that would be a dream for me if I get the interview. But like, I want to hear more of Rachel on tape with Lois Lane as well. How I know she adapted to the role where she, like, because I know some actors do have homework. They go on in.
Oh yeah,
like,
they study hard.
They study. Yeah, she studied like journalism and stuff like that. And I want to know if any of them did that. Like, that's why I really want to interview.
I hope so, because one thing that James Gunn has said about this film is that journalism is a very heavy part of the film, which is great because that is a huge part of the world of Superman. Daily Planet is his second fortress of solitude. He works there. That's where he can also help deliver truth to the world. And James Gunn has said, yes, there's going to be a lot of journalism in this film. And I love that. I love a great big newsroom where it all kicks off.
Yeah, I think we're going to get that as well. I think we're going to get that. I think we're going to get Jimmy as well. Like I said, I'm always rooting for new characters. That's why I'm just James as well is going to like thrive, and I just feel like we're just going to get so many.
I can't wait.
I know, I just can't wait. And obviously, Mr. Terrific as well has never.
Yeah.
I know he's in CW, but he's actually coming to the movie screen for the first time. So it'd be very interesting to get his on take with what
I think I'm going to be spending all summer in the cinema. I'm hoping that, the UK gets heat waves so that everybody can enjoy the summer, but we can also enjoy a nice, cool, air-conditioned cinema whilst we're watching Superman and Jurassic Park and Mission Impossible. I know that I'm going to be... there's a lot of stuff. Yes, Fantastic Four, pretty much like the week after. Yeah,
there's a lot. There's a lot in July.
I love a summer blockbuster. It's one of my favorite things as a kid.
I don't think we've had that. I don't think we've had that for a while. We've not had that for a while.
No,
that's what I used to love. That
not
part
for
of
a
some
long
holidays.
time.
Yeah, choosing what films you're going to see and sort of
last time that we had it was Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I mean that was. Don't get me wrong. That made a lot of money for both film companies. And right now, people are in the cinema. They're going back to the cinema right now. Minecraft is still making a heck of a lot of money, and Warner Brothers like that. The fact that they released an exclusive Superman clip before the Minecraft film. Genius bit of marketing, really clever stuff. It got people back in the cinema. It got people and new eyes on this Superman film that is already creating a buzz around the world. So I'm hoping on Friday, being Superman Day, James Gunn has announced that we won't be getting a new trailer. But it doesn't mean to say that we won't get a new poster or a new clip or in some new official artwork or imagery.
I hope we get the Funko Pops. I'm dying for them. I really want the Funko.
I've seen some fan concept Funko Pops.
Yes, that got. I was actually genuinely talking to someone that was doing the fan art, and then it went over to X, and I was like, did I like leak it or something? I was literally just like talking to someone here. And I was
You
like,
manifested it. Well done.
where did the attention come from? And then I just like left it for a hot minute, and then it went over to X, and I was like, hold on a minute, did I do something here? Do I have like powers or something?
Warner Brothers and DC Comics being in the companies that they are,
yeah,
I'm sure there will be Funko Pops. I've not heard anything official, and I would never share a potential spoiler or a fan theory about merchandise, but I want Superman Funko Pops. I want and need a new Crypto. I've got a couple of Crypto Funko Pops and smaller figurines, but I want a new Lois. I want new Lex. I'm going to be getting a lot of merchandise this year. Don't get me wrong.
My bank's gonna feel it.
Yeah, but the Funko Pops for me, they're cute, they're fun. I mean, they often get rotated because there are so many Superman Funko Pops.
You do what I do. I keep some of them in the box and outside the box. So
there are some that work in the box. There's a Superman and Lois that work in the box. There are some that I've probably spent far too much money on eBay adding to my collection. There are some that aren't in boxes anymore, and when people see them out of the box, I get some real stick for that. I had one of the original Kingdom Come Funko Pops. And the black suit from Man of Steel, and that box is just in the loft in storage. But they're Funko Pops now that go for so much money, and it is such a crazy thing for me to think
room
about.
to keep them in the box, though. That's the problem.
And that's the thing.
For me, it's fine.
Here's the thing: if something brings you joy and it costs you £15, £20 or dollars, don't keep it in the box. If you've got no want to sell it or invest in it, take it out of the box, put it in your pocket, take it on adventures, let it fall off the stairs, and this one's fallen in the sea countless times when I've taken it on photo shoots when it's been in a pocket. But enjoy things.
You can see my little Batman collection here. Oh my god, I can't wait for the new Batman to even start.
There's lots of hype, and there's always talk about Batman 2. Robert Pattinson was a fantastic Batman, and that he was so exciting. Then we had the Penguin TV show, which was equally gripping. So
Paul went to he went to the party. Paul DC Worlds, he went to the party. I don't know. I'm not sure where he went. I'm sure. I think it was in London or somewhere. I'm not quite sure.
There were a couple. There was we went to a party in LA for the Penguin, which it was like an immersive experience, which was exciting in itself. So it was like an underground club, and there were actors in there that were trying to make you solve riddles. And there was a nightclub, there was a cocktail bar. Now, years ago, this is the Superman in me. I trained up years ago to be a fire marshal and a first aider. So it's my little habit now that if I go to somewhere new, I need to know where the emergency exits are. So if anything was to happen, I need to know where the exits are, and I need to plan my route of exit. And it was great. It was a nightclub. It was all kicking off. Suddenly the music stopped. I was like, okay, that's interesting.
That's for me. That
was it. That was a little bit of a pink flag. And then I saw somebody run past the dance floor and go behind the DJ set. And then the DJ went, this isn't part of the experience. Please, could everybody find your nearest exit and get out? I was like, okay. And then, so we did. We were nice and calm, and we collected. Everybody there was so professional, and it was so smooth. But everybody left. And then we left this underground nightclub.
Did you take your drink with you? Because I would have took my drink with me.
Sadly not. I was more concerned about getting out.
I would have gone, bye.
but we got out, and one of the things that I said to Paul at the beginning of the trip was, I do hope I get to see an American fire truck, because they're absolute massive behemoths.
Oh yeah, they're huge.
And we left this club and we saw about 3 fire engines because the roof was on fire. And we were like, wow, this is a really full-on immersive experience. They've really thrown some money in this. And we looked about for Batman, but we couldn't see him. But
we couldn't see him.
We couldn't see him, but we did see Jim Lee. Jim Lee just walked past because he was in the party as well. It was a very
Well, you're an experienced fire person. You could have just
say I
gone.
could just save the day, but yeah, that was
Yeah.
again
Took
one of
the
those pinch
opportunity.
me moments where that week absolutely flew by when Paul and I went to LA and San Diego. We didn't sleep much. We made just
What was it like? Because I know you like did a tour. You did a massive tour around
Yeah.
Warner Brothers and the phone calls and everything. There was
It-
like three. I think people get married there. I think I'm not
you can
quite
get
sure.
there's you can it's a big shop, and the Funko experience in America is a different level than over here. But yeah, Paul and I we always talked about going to a big con, and we thought let's do it. Let's try our luck. And yeah, we had a few days in LA. We went again. We did the Warner Brothers tour where they've got some fantastic DC Comics suits and props and Batmobiles. And then 2 days there, and then we got a train down to San Diego. For me, that was awesome because I love trains, and it was a double-decker train, so it
Oh
was like
wow,
properly
that's
cool.
scary for me.
And yeah, then we went to San Diego Comic-Con, one of the biggest cons in the world, and
Huge.
it was intense. I'm very, very glad that Paul and I went together because we were able to help each other out. We could plan it together. We could make sure that we were both eating and drinking and looking after each other, not getting lost, not getting distracted. But it was an amazing week.
One gets
And,
drunk, the other one will be fine.
that's it. We made sure that when we were having a drink, we didn't get too messy. But we made sure that but it was a very well planned trip. We knew where we wanted to go. We had lists of things that we had to do and things that we wanted to do to make sure that there wasn't too much disappointment. But we managed to do everything that we wanted to do. It was an incredible, incredible whirlwind of a week. And yeah, I think I've still got jet lag from that week. But
yeah,
it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it.
I know one of my friends went to San Diego Comic-Con and he actually enjoyed it. So he told me that he was there for the whole H stuff and he was like blown away by it.
That was a different world. We knew it was happening, and we know that some people go to San Diego for that Hall H experience, but there is so much risk to it in the sense that you might not get a ticket for Hall H. Plus, you've also got to pretty much camp out outside all day and all night in unbearable heat. And Paul and I didn't really want to risk not going in and wasting our time when we could have done something else. So we spent most of our time in the con, enjoying the cosplay, enjoying the booths, spending way too much money. And what we both loved, the fact that the DC booth was busy all week and they sold out of every single Superman shirt, Superman pin, Superman hat, everything there went. And there we go. Yes, that was our origin story there, wasn't it? Our origin story. I love that.
I won this in a competition that you did, and you sent me a few things. Like I think I'll get them out. Actually,
probably stickers. It's normally stickers, but
Yeah.
yes, I love that. It's gone full circle now that we are chatting on here.
Yeah.
But if
this is like a pinch me moment as well with you and TeladiaPlays as well.
But the fact that if I was in a charge of any marketing there for that weekend for San Diego Comic-Con. Oh, you still and they're still bagged up. Look, you're looking after them. Well done.
Literally just
I'll send you some more because stickers need to be stuck. That's the thing. But yeah, if I was running the San Diego Comic-Con for Warner Brothers or DC Comics, I would have made sure that everybody that was walking into that event was given a free Superman t-shirt. So
my god! You know what? I think they'll have to like stop you because like they were like, Luke, you can't get too many t-shirts out here.
It would have been the whole sea of San Diego Comic-Con wearing Superman merchandise. I thought that's what I want to see, a world of Superman. But I was just so happy that booth all weekend was busy and that there were people wanting to buy DC Comics and Superman merchandise. I managed to get my stuff. We queued up for hours to make sure that we got what we needed. And
I would have been bankrupt. I would have been like, you know what? I would have had to sell something like.
So when you queue up, you get this big piece of paper, and it's pretty much like a menu. And you tick what you want, and you tick down what size you want. So it saves time. It was a brilliant system. So I got my little menu along with Paul. We both got a pen. I think we just ticked every single thing twice to make sure that we got something. And I came back with figurines and Funko Pops and T-shirts and comics, hats. And it's difficult because obviously people know that you are out there, and you do get these messages saying, "Oh, if you're passing by the booth, do you think you could pick me up a hat or a pin or a T-shirt?" And it's like, it's difficult because I don't want to not say no to one person to say yes to somebody else. So
Yeah.
Paul and I both did that. We came back and we did a giveaway. So look, sadly we can't get you. You got a DC Wood one as well. Look at that. See, there were plenty of stickers left over, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, we could share the love a little bit. We like doing that. We like, you know, we know that
Giving.
we are blessed, and giving back is fun. Yes, classic Margot Kidder 78 trading card. Years ago, fun story about those. There was I'm always going on eBay and trying to find Superman bargains. Every now and then, if you want to have a look, just type in Superman trading cards and you will find somebody selling them for very cheap. I've got a full set, and they're all safely tucked away. But I love giving those out as little like a calling card or a business card to people. They're a fun little thing to have because now.
No, this like I'm gonna keep this in like the packet so it
You
just
keep
like
nice and safe.
Keep
Well
it
done.
nice and safe. Yeah.
Keep that nice
So-
and safe.
So I want, just before we wrap up, you got any questions for us? Any particular questions or anything you want to ask us?
I love the journalist and the podcaster and the nosy boy in me loves asking people questions.
I'm the
And
same.
it's
so.
and it's great because when you do and you speak with passionate people, it's that you get this little light goes on inside them. I like talking about this because it's like a lighthouse or a Care Bear. This energy comes out of them and people start talking. They are the shyest, almost quiet of person will get a bit more animated when they talk about their favorite book or their favorite artist or their favorite film. And this little light is something that we need to shine a light on, as it were, to learn more about what makes people happy. So clearly for you two, this project of passion, which it always is, it's great fun. You are enjoying it. My question for you two is, same question for the pair of you. Where would you like to see yourselves in 5 years' time?
Let Lady goes first.
Oh, look, and a
I was
gentleman.
gonna ask you that question, Luke. I was
Wow,
gonna ask
see?
you.
Haha, too late. I beat you to the pit. I beat you to the post. So
I'll be nearly 40 anyway, but
okay, it's all right. I'm a 43, but it's all right. Just good looking. It's all right.
well, I'm hoping to be more sociable with other celebrities and do, like I said, I want to do more interviews with other people and artists as well, and people that do cosplay like you have just started doing as well. I know you did one with, is it Jake, and you done with Dennis?
Yes, cosplay is something that I've always been fascinated by, and I've been speaking with some fantastic cosplayers and artists from around the world. I'm a big ambassador for my local Portsmouth Comic-Con, and that's going to be happening on the 3rd and 4th of May. And I've been interviewing a lot of the cosplayers for that, and I've already planned a few interviews for a few weeks' time. But if you can speak with any cosplayers, I can't recommend it enough. They have so much love for the fandom and the community and the costumes that they are able to make and wear. I mean, now, yes, you can go out there and you can start from scratch and you can make your own costume. You can also buy your own costume. I don't mind what you do. If you look fantastic in a suit, no matter what, I appreciate what you do because you make Comic-Cons and events more exciting for kids, for families, for people that adore these idols. So I cannot recommend that enough. And here's the thing, cosplayers and people that are passionate about their craft want to talk about it.
Yeah,
It's their
that's
passion.
exactly what I want to do. I want to get them on the channel,
There you
get
go.
them speaking, get their voices heard, and I want to know like every detail. I want to know the inside, what goes it like. Do you feel like you can't do it and then you do it? Because I'm exactly the same. I'm
There you go.
exactly the same. If I know I can't, I just say to myself, I can't do it, and then I end up doing it. I want to know if
That's it. That's the way to be. Sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, that's it. It's about stepping out of comfort zones. Years ago, the thought of me sitting down and talking with two wonderful people like yourself that I've not really spoken to vocally before, it would have made me very, very anxious. It would have made me nervous.
I'm the same. I've only just started doing this
and
with
that's good.
my co-host Hiss. Yeah, it's
But you've got chemistry, and with time, that's only going to get better and better and better.
yeah,
And sometimes you just have to, as I said, leap out of comfort zones. It's not about
Yeah.
leaping. Just take a few little steps and see how far you go.
Yeah.
And again, going back to that earlier statement, as long as you are enjoying what you are doing,
yeah,
that's the main thing.
yeah,
I mean, don't get me
Yes.
wrong. I want people to like my podcasts and like my videos. As long as one person is enjoying the stuff that I'm putting out there, whether it be a silly joke or an edit or a meme, I'm grateful for that person. What I'm really grateful for is the person that maybe might consider picking up a Superman comic for the first time, or for the first time in a long time, because that way it gives me a deeper connection with that person about the character that I adore. And that for me is just the absolute basics of being an ambassador.
and it's also about supporting your comic book shop as well, and the community
it.
around it as well. I know, like, we've transitioned over to online, but I always support my comic book store. Like, I don't
Always.
buy anything online. I buy the actual book itself, because
Well done.
it's supporting your comic. I've said that to many people: support your comic book shop, please, because that is where that's where everyone comes together, and that is where you pick out your stories and your heroes, and
100%.
meeting with people that like, you might like, what's the best comic? Because I'm a great talker with people. I just love talking to them, but always supporting your comic book store is.
And that's the thing, yeah. When I was a kid, we didn't have that many comic shops around.
No,
we had news agents where I could go and get my old Beanos and Dandies.
yes.
But for me, if I'm going somewhere new, I can sniff out an independent comic shop, or I will do my Google.
That's a superhero thing, isn't
That's the
it?
thing. But I mean, yes, in the UK, there are shops like Forbidden Planet and Waterstones where you can go and get some graphic novels. And sometimes with these companies, they want you to get all the different variants, and there can be hundreds upon hundreds of different artworks. And that's not cheap. So for some independent comic shops, it's difficult. So go to your local comic shops, find them. You will find opinions in there that you won't get in other shops, and you will get recommendations that you would never think about.
Yeah.
So great advice, Siobhan, is always go to your local comic shop and see what treasures you can find. That's it.
Yeah. For me personally, where I see myself in 5 years,
Yes.
is I would like to see myself in 5 years to at least expand myself, to not only just do reactions, not only talk about comic books, but to also to bring more guests on my channel, to have a conversation with them about comic books, and to even talk about video games with them, or whatever it is, but to also bring a smile to people's faces.
That's the main thing, is that
Yeah.
the world can be a dark place at times, and I'm not going to be naive and say I don't get stressed or upset or sad or anxious about things, because we all do. But the joy that we can get from escapism, whether it be putting on a new Netflix show, reading a book, reading a comic, playing a video game. I think it's next year we're supposed to be getting the new Grand Theft Auto. I'm really scared about that, because that's a game that's been with me my whole life, that franchise. It's not very on brand with Superman, but I love exploration in video games. And I get why you want to talk about that, because it's a passion there. Video games are a big talking point. It's pop culture. It's entertainment. It's things that we can get immersed in and, again, escape and have fun. So I'm excited to see where you do end up in 5 years' time.
Yeah, same there.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to just like talk about the Injustice universe, because I'm a huge advocate for the Injustice video game. I love the Arkham series.
I was hooked on that, and yeah, the Arkham. I mean, it's a sore point. There's not been, I'll say, a good Superman game in many years, because we've not really had one. But
I've been trying to get one off the ground.
Dude, there's been so many close calls with the teams that make the Batman Arkham Knight series, and I would love it. We've seen a few mods been created and shared, and it gives me so much excitement to think, yeah, we need a Superman game like this. Something like Spider-Man and Batman. Just they've got their games. Why is my boy not got one? Let's make him a
We
Superman
were
game.
close to a Wonder Woman one, but
That again, there's that thing about being a Superman or a DC Comics fan. It's never going to be your first rodeo. We've been disappointed in the past.
yes,
We've been happy in the past, and we've been excited in the past. As long as we remain to be excited, the disappointments aren't as hard hitting. They still hurt. Don't get me wrong. I still want my Man of Steel 2 film, but
Yeah.
we get up and we carry on and we keep fighting the good fight. As I said, I'm Team Superman. I'm not an actor or a voice artist or a writer. I need to support my hero, because if we don't support Superman's news stories, he won't get more in the future. And
Yeah.
he's been around since 1938. We owe him a little bit more respect. And this year, he's starting to get a heck of a lot of attention and support and respect. And that makes me very happy.
Yes. So
imagine
with
if you
that,
actually get the interview with David 𝐂𝐓𝐶. Imagine if you actually get an interview with him. That would
So,
be...
I mean, I would never be so cocky or arrogant as to say, yes, I'm going to interview Superman.
Yeah.
Because it's not happened. I have interviewed people that have portrayed Superman in the past.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to do that and incredibly nervous. And just the thought about interviewing David makes me giddy with excitement, but also stressed and nervous. Don't get me wrong. I've done my research. I've got about 2 notepads filled with research about David, and I know what questions I'm going to ask him, and I know what I'm going to follow up with. So planning, be consistent and plan and study and research. That's my advice for you. But
Yes.
yeah,
if I do get to speak with David, I would be honored. And it's never about that I got to interview David. It's more I was able to share David's interview
Yes.
with Superman fans around the world. That's what I'm always been about. It's never been about that, the ego side for me. Because I don't like that. I like being a Superman fan that gets to talk with Superman creators. I'll always be a fan. I'll always be a geek.
Yeah.
For years, that term had such horrible connotations, and it was such a nurse, like a dirty word. But now we embrace that, and I'll always be a geek, and I'll always be a Superman fan. I'll always be excited and giddy for new things, and that I hope never changes.
yes. So with that being said, Luke, where can they find you on social media? What you got coming up on your podcast or even on social media?
There's a few things coming up. So just search for the Geek of Steel or the Podcast of Steel, and you will see my furry, bespectacled face. There's a lot happening right now. It's going to be Superman Day on Friday. I've got a podcast ready to go. I've got 2 videos ready to go. I've got an interview. I've got some edits. I've got some fun news. And I've got an international giveaway, a new giveaway that I've been collecting things for ages. And that is going to be going live on Friday. Let's give you the exclusive of what's in the giveaway, shall we? So in the giveaway,
Show me the box.
it's big. It's over there. So starting off small with a Lego Superman keychain.
Ooh.
Then it gets a bit bigger with a Daily Planet journal. Then a Superman notebook. Then there is another Lego set with Lex Luthor. Then there is a Supergirl comic with fantastic artwork from Nicholas Scott. Then there is a copy, we've mentioned it on this episode already, a copy of All-Star Superman. And there's a few more toys and stickers in there and a James Gunn Superman t-shirt. So yeah, there's a fair amount of Superman stuff. As I said, this day to me means so much. So if I can get as much excitement out of it by doing a giveaway, it makes the day more enjoyable for me. So yeah, that giveaway will be going live on Superman Day as well.
Okay,
Wow.
so by the way, guys, there will be like a picture of Luke Bug, the Geek of Steel's YouTube page. Please go and subscribe, and also
Do
check
all the
him out.
stuff.
On
Yeah, just search for
subscribe
the
on-
Geek of Steel. You will see this fuzzy
Yeah.
little face staring back at you. And I think I'm on TikTok. I'm on Threads. I'm on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
If a new
Blue
social
Sky.
media, that's kind of like
That's
Threads and Twitter but if a social media app comes out, I'm there. I'm still trying to make MySpace come back, but that's not going to
Oh no.
There's no.
That was my that was my introduction to coding.
No, don't ruin it.
It was my introduction to code. That one.
Next, you'll be saying like Bebo and like MSN and all
And
that stuff.
Penguin
Could be
Party and all
fun.
that business. It's all coming back. It's all making a
Yes.
comeback.
Yeah, for sure. So, guys, make sure you guys do check out the Geek of Steel on YouTube and all social media platforms. There will be a link to his YouTube and to his Twitter and all his socials in the description. Alongside, you can see visually as well. Siobhan, where can I find you? Where you're coming up on your channel?
Well, they can find me on YouTube, 𝐂𝐓𝐇. Obviously, like Luke down here. Obviously, I don't know if that name's gonna stick. By the way, I'm not quite sure with that name, but I'll just
So
go
you'll
with it.
find a name that sticks and the one that you're comfortable with.
Yes,
I mean,
it's
I didn't think the Geek of Steel would last. It did. And it lasted. It's like stuck with me now. And like when I say my name, I have to sort of follow it up with the Geek of Steel. Otherwise, I think I'm forgetting something.
yeah, they can find me on Instagram and TikTok and X as well. So
Okay,
yeah.
you guys can check me out at TeladiaPlays. What I've got coming up, really, I've some exciting stuff for Marvel Rivals content.
Oh, nice.
So I am a bit of a video game guy. So you guys know I'll be doing stuff related to that, and anything Superman related, I will be covering, including talking about the Absolute Universe. We'll be talking about Absolute Superman in the future, alongside Absolute Wonder Woman. So that is something very excited to cover with a good buddy of mine's. And furthermore, I can't wait to talk about Superman when the next bit of stuff drops from James Gunn and Peter Safran, because I'm very much excited for this film. I'm very much enthusiastic. I'll be watching it day one, and
Good man.
Look,
when it comes out and we've all seen it, we'll jump back on. We can have a little chat. We can dissect it.
Yeah,
for sure. We can have another podcast, and we can do this again and have a discussion about Superman and our thoughts on it, because I can't wait to do that's something I would love to do with you, Luke. And it's an absolute honor and a pleasure to have you on my podcast. Finally.
That's lovely to say. Thank you. I mean, anytime I get to speak about Superman with other passionate people, I'm so excited for it. It makes me excited for the days ahead. So, and I think I've got lots of different planners all around the room, and I've got a podcast planner. When the film comes out, I think that week I've already booked some time off from the day job, because I think I've already got about 10 podcasts planned with friends around the world that want to talk about this film. So I'm ready. I'm going to just have like a copy and paste speech in my head.
We'll find a way.
You're stuck with me now. We're coming back, because I'm gonna have so much to say. I can't wait for it. So yes, we will get that sorted out as well.
So with that being said, though, guys, make sure you like, comment down below. Let us know your thoughts about your love for Superman. And also, if you're new around here, feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because when a video or a live stream that I do, you will be notified for those types of content, whether it's Marvel or DC for that matter. And you will be notified for these stuff. And I'll also, like I said before, I'll put a link in the description for the Geek of Steel and Siobhan's YouTube page and social media in the description. Until then, have a wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.